You know, it had been rumored that one of the reasons that Ben Affleck was leaving J-Lo is because all that stuff started to come out and resurface about her connection with Diddy. I think it's a combination of that and probably some other stuff. You know, the word on the street is that she's a horrible person. You know, she very, very disrespectful. So we're gonna check this video out. I just feel like I seen a video where someone asked her a question about Diddy and she was just saying, you know better than that. So I think Ben is just trying to separate himself, you know, no pun intended, but we're gonna check this out. Appreciate all the love and support with you guys coming over. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
They go raid Puffy's house, and they get all these videos of J-Lo doing this and J-Lo doing that. And they know the fact that J-Lo lied and said that the gun was Sean's or whatever, and took that man to prison and destroyed his life, and she knew it was Puffy.
Not Suge Knight doing the most from jail and spilling all that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez tea. And honey, don't let those bars fool you. He knows a lot. Okay, you guys, when you think about it, at what point did Ben Affleck start distancing himself publicly from Jennifer Lopez? Around March, which is when the raid on Diddy's house happened. And it was also around the same time J-Lo was being mentioned a lot in reference to being Diddy's accomplice. Child, were we right? Diddy is the reason why Ben left J-Lo. But hold on, there's more. You won't believe what Suge Knight dropped that made it clear that Ben is done with J-Lo because of Diddy. Suge Knight says that he is quite sure Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are headed for a divorce since the FBI gave Ben Affleck some very explicit tapes of J-Lo.
I'm quite sure they probably called the FBI gave respect, a courtesy call of Ben Affleck. It's a white man who got respect in the white world. I'm quite sure they said, we want to show you some things. It's about your wife. When he sees that her and Puffy was doing and who they were doing it with, I'm quite sure they gave his ass those tapes.
Baby, in case it was not already clear, J-Lo and Ben Affleck are officially done. Sources close to the couple have actually revealed that the divorce papers have been finalized, but they have not yet been filed. I can bet that the next thing that will hit us is a joint statement saying how much love they have for each other and how they fought to make it work but couldn't. And get this, Ben recently paid a...
Do you guys think that she is ever going to speak out?
There's been a lot of talk lately about Jennifer Lopez and her past with Diddy. What's even more interesting is that Gwyneth Paltrow has stepped in to defend Ben Affleck, hinting that J-Lo's possible connection to Diddy might be a factor in Ben's distancing. Some are now speculating that the resurfacing of J-Lo's ties with Diddy could be one of the reasons behind Ben stepping back. Rumors have been swirling about how Ben has been trying to separate himself from the situation, especially after troubling revelations about Diddy's past. J-Lo's alleged involvement, along with her attempts to downplay the extent of her connection with Diddy, have definitely raised some eyebrows. Gwyneth's insight into this situation is shedding light on how Ben may have been feeling about it.
J-Lo right there, they about to let her out. Hey, J-Lo. Hey, when you gonna stop messing with these lanes, man? Get a real one like me. Oh, you ain't gonna reply? Keep getting divorces then, Lane.
But you did used to date Mr. Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
Who's Can't Stop?
Diddy.
Oh!
He's a hell of a hustler.
No, he was. But I don't know, we never lived together. I was talking more about my relationships where we lived together and everything. We were like boyfriend and girlfriend when we were little.
J-Lo, you were a grown woman.
Jennifer Lopez is being confronted over dating Diddy after his arrest, and she is being questioned about her involvement in these matters.
Beautiful, most beautiful couple ever.
Here, Ben Affleck is responding to the paparazzi.
Or she's been advised not to. Because I'm just wondering, I feel like anybody who has a connection with Diddy knows what Diddy done did. Or Diddy done... Yeah. I feel like anybody that has a connection, because he seems the type that wants to floss and brag about, you know, the good and the bad that he does. So I know she knows a lot.
Whopping $20.5 million for his new home. You don't just wake up one day and decide to close on a $20.5 million house. This only means that he has been planning to buy the house for months, further solidifying the claims that he and Jen have been having problems for months. Of course, the signs were already right in front of our eyes because we saw quite a number of videos that made rounds, like this one where there was a tense exchange, and after they realized that people had noticed the heated exchange, the couple tried to downplay the situation. There's also this video of Ben telling J-Lo he'll be back, and if you look keenly, you will see the relief as he walks away. And that famous one where Ben was described as looking stressed and miserable on a car.
Hey, that man said, oh, man. Oh, dating in the limelight.
Also, this video of Ben telling J-Lo he'll be back. And if you look keenly, you will see the relief as he walks away. And that famous one where Ben was described as looking stressed and miserable on a coffee run in LA and appeared to slam a car door after helping Jennifer into the passenger seat. That same month, footage showed them amid what appeared to be a heated row in a car at a set of traffic lights in Beverly Hills. So yeah, there were a lot of public outbursts with these two. More recently, there were also more signs that started after Jen liked an Instagram post about healthy relationships, which read in part, you can't build a relationship with someone who is disconnected from themselves. Jen was also writing solo for the Met Gala this year, and the reason given for that was that Ben was working on The Accountant too, so he could not attend with her. But when they listed their $68 million marital home, baby, we knew it was game over. To add to that, Ben Affleck was not in attendance at Jen's recent birthday bash, and just a few days before that, the couple rang in their second wedding anniversary separately. J-Lo went on a bike ride in the Hamptons on the day of the occasion, while Ben was photographed walking into his Los Angeles office going on about his business. When it comes to the separation, there was also the issue about how Jen apparently likes to open her heart to her fans and to the world. But meanwhile, Ben is more introspective and private. And this difference was really making things difficult day to day. Allegedly, Ben got tired of J-Lo always seeking attention and putting their love life out there for everybody to scrutinize. Well, Suge Knight is positive that even though Ben and Jen may have had their issues, the thing that has really been the last nail in the coffin, honey, is the diddler.
Diddler Gwyneth, who has been a close confidant of Ben for years, is hinting that Ben started distancing himself from J-Lo earlier this year, particularly after the raids on Diddy's home back in March. Sources suggest that when Diddy's name began surfacing again, along with J-Lo's connection to him, it became too much for Ben to handle. Gwyneth, in her own way, seems to suggest that Ben didn't want to be dragged into a mess that he had no part in. There's also been chatter about how J-Lo might have been hiding more about her past with Diddy than Ben initially realized. According to insiders, Ben became deeply uncomfortable once he started hearing more details, and that's when he began pulling back publicly. It seems he was trying to quietly exit from a situation that was becoming increasingly complicated.
J-Lo is just, I don't know. Every man she's been with has said the same thing, except for Diddy. Diddy's the only one that said she was a great girlfriend and how he wish he hadn't messed it up.
Now,
how is that the only man in her life that had regrets about their relationship but everybody else ran for the hills? Like, it's not nobody noticing that. That everybody else that's left her, oh, she was too this, she was this, she was that. But Diddy said she was perfect.
Yeah, maybe she was meant for the medal.
What happens if you're only perfect for the devil?
God damn.
What the f does that make you?
Damn.
Jaguar Wright explains that Diddy is the only man who didn't run away from J-Lo.
You really thought that just running off and marrying Ben Affleck was going to take you out of the Diddy downfall? It saved her the first time though, didn't it? Because as soon as that club was over and as soon as they finished interrogating her, when she sat there and cried like a baby, I don't want to go to jail, Benny Medina put her with that drunk white boy.
Jaguar shares her opinions on J-Lo and Affleck's marriage.
Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Should I keep going? Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried off of Justin Bieber alone.
Jaguar Wright exposed Diddy's freak-off list during an interview. She named other celebrities along with Diddy and Jennifer Lopez, claiming they should be charged for their crimes.
The last nail in the coffin, honey, is the diddler. According to Suge, it has a lot to do with how J-Lo helped Diddy cover up some of his crimes and some X-rated tapes of J-Lo. Now, I know that some of y'all are probably hearing about the J-Lo tapes for the first time, and that's probably because this story about her tapes is from 2001. At the time, Suge said that he was planning to sell a tape over the internet of J-Lo doing the deed with a former boyfriend. And it was just so bad that J-Lo went to court to block distribution of the tape. But after J-Lo went to court, Suge Knight's lawyer said that he didn't even possess such a tape, and J-Lo promptly dropped her suit. The thing is, at the time, Suge may have told the court that the tape doesn't exist, but there's a high likelihood that he still had the tape. Because tell me why, in 2017, Irv Gotti said that he confronted Suge Knight about the tape and begged him not to release it. And according to Irv, Suge obliged as a favor to him and confirmed that the alleged tape would never see the light of day. And I don't know why, but J-Lo is always in some sort of adult tape drama. Y'all remember when there were claims that J-Lo's first husband, Ohani Noah, was also planning to release her tape? Ohani Noah's business partner, Ed Mayer, revealed some time back that the ex would be
I didn't even hear about, man, I'm just trying to remember how many guys she's been with. That dude, Mark Anthony, Ben, Diddy, who else? Hey, people be having dirt on people, man. It's not looking good for J-Lo.
Releasing very personal home video footage taken during the couple's brief marriage, saying, "We are going to produce a DVD and also have a streaming release of the J-Lo home video footage. There is a revealing video of her with a lack of clothing and in situations, especially in the hotel footage from the honeymoon." Apparently, the video footage, which was tentatively titled How I Married Jennifer Lopez, the J-Lo and Ohani Noah story, was drawn from 11 hours of unseen footage from their marriage and would also include Jennifer Lopez arguing with her mother over her gambling habits. Well, allegedly, there are more tapes of J-Lo from Diddy's house. And for Suge to say that Ben will never look at J-Lo the same because of those tapes, it means there's something more than just the regular stuff. And given the descriptions we've already seen of the freak-off parties, if these are the kinds of tapes Suge is talking about, baby, even I could never look at J-Lo the same way. Okay, other than these tapes that Ben has allegedly already seen, according to Suge and many other people, another reason why Ben Affleck is done with J-Lo stems from her involvement in the December of 1999 incident that went down at a nightclub called Hot Chocolate at Midtown's Club New York while they were together. And they were there to celebrate Shine's soon-to-be released album. Now, based on reports, when it reached around 2:20 a.m., Diddy accidentally knocked a drink out of a patron's hand named Matthew Allen, whose street name is Scar.
Let's not forget Suge Knight's involvement here, who dropped bombshells about possible tapes involving J-Lo and Diddy. While Gwyneth didn't directly address these tapes, there is speculation that Ben might have been made aware of them. Gwyneth's defense of Ben suggests that whatever Ben saw or learned pushed him further away from J-Lo. When Suge Knight spoke about explicit tapes and connections between J-Lo and Diddy, it likely raised serious concerns for Ben. As a longtime friend, Gwyneth is standing by Ben's side, hinting that he may have felt betrayed or misled. It's no wonder that Ben might have chosen to walk away from a relationship that suddenly seemed far more complex. Ben Affleck was seen slamming a car door in Jennifer Lopez's face while running errands, appearing to be in a bad mood.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. And then you'll get to see the clothes first because we're going to bring you through the museum.
Okay, great.
Hello, Jennifer.
Here, Ben Affleck looks ready to fight.
I want to bring in Myla Morales. She's a former makeup artist for Diddy and also Cassie Ventura, working for Diddy for years and eventually becoming a friend of Cassie's. In 2010, Myla alleges that she heard Cassie being physically abused and was a witness to the aftermath of the alleged attack. She joins me now. Myla, thank you so much for being here. This has been, for so many people, illuminating, infuriating, troubling, devastating. You can go down the list of things, but it's so difficult to speak about.
I know.
Being a witness of anything. Tell me how you must be feeling just knowing that this has even come to light.
Well, I have kept this secret for like 14 years. I mean, the first time I experienced it was 2010. And I was in the hotel room when Puff came in, and I had no idea Cassie left. And when I woke up, I just saw his presence come into the room. They went into the bedroom and shut the door, and all I could hear is screaming and yelling and whatever was going on in there, I don't know. But all I could think of was to grab Cassie's things and start packing it up and just getting her out to safety and bringing her to my house. So that's kind of like what transpired from that night. And once she came out of the room, she was badly, beaten.
Oh my God. What did her physical appearance look like?
I mean, it was knots on her head, black eye, busted lip, but a lot of knots all over her head.
Did she go to the police at that point or anything?
No, we didn't know what to do at that point because, Puffy is a very powerful person and we were quite terrified. So I just, brought her to my house, and my friend, who is a doctor, I called her, and thank God she was in town because we didn't know what to do. And she treated her for, just to make sure she didn't have a concussion or anything like that. But it was really it was painful to see Cassie like that because she's such a beautiful human being, and for a man to just hurt any sort of woman or child or animal, it doesn't matter. But Cass is a good friend of mine, and I just felt, so I just didn't know what to do. I felt like I don't even know how to describe how I felt that night.
The host introduces Mila Morales, a former makeup artist for Diddy and Cassie Ventura, who became close friends with Cassie. Mila shares that she witnessed the aftermath of a physical altercation in 2010. After 14 years of keeping the experience to herself, she now finds it overwhelming to talk about it. According to Mila, the incident occurred in a hotel room. She recalls waking up to Diddy entering the room, unaware that Cassie had left earlier. Mila describes how Diddy went straight into the bedroom with Cassie, shut the door, and shortly after, screaming and shouting could be heard.
Jennifer Lopez, when she's finally held accountable for the part she played.
Do you think they'll bring up charges on Jennifer Lopez?
They better. She committed perjury. Last time I checked, there's no statute of limitation on perjury. We can start there. Let's bring Jenny to the cell block. She's been to every other block.
Jaguar Wright says she should be held accountable for her part alongside Diddy.
Nobody had to look at him for real. And the truth is nobody did. Everybody laughed and joked about him dancing like a idiot in all them goddamn videos. Twirling around in circles. This nigga been wild. So I'm just saying, they didn't know. And he wasn't telling them. They just know he got the budget. He go to LA, he talk to Clive, he come back with the bread. Apparently, he has this man's confidence. Yeah, I'm sure that man was very confident with his penis in his mouth.
Jaguar Wright said that Diddy twirls around in circles while dancing, which makes people laugh at him.
I can only imagine of all the women that you have worked with and people who are eager to be in the industry, what they are exposed to, how they could be exploited and abused in a variety of ways. And that's why the idea that not hearing so many more people speak up is very frustrating and hurtful for so many people.
It is frustrating and hurtful, even for me, because I watch, I know what goes on behind the scenes, and I just can't imagine why nobody's speaking up. I mean, everyone's just hush hush and quiet. I don't know, maybe they're scared. I mean, we've all been scared, so,
I hope this is a turning point, Mila Morales.
I think so.
I really hope it is. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
I hope so. Thank you so much, Laura, for having me.
The host turns the conversation toward the recent lawsuit settlement between Diddy and Cassie. He asks Mila if she believes Cassie would testify if required by federal investigators. Mila says she cannot speak for Cassie, but hopes she would testify, as she knows the full story.
You look in the ocean, you see two people floating.
Oh, shit.
You can only pull up one because that's how much room you have on your raft. You look in the ocean, you see Ben Affleck, and you see Diddy.
I love all those motherfuckers
That's it. J to the L, give me 5. Hello.
I'm just
Big
joking.
Boy TV.
Ben,
She's serious.
Puffy, you know I love you.
She's coming on that rap by herself.
It was a good punchline.
she'll be floating in to Bo like, hey, you won't believe what was in that ocean, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she gonna be at the services like this. I don't know.
That's terrible.
Would Jennifer Lopez save Ben Affleck or Diddy?
Opening her eyes in the hospital bed, younger, age 28, when she wasn't a mansion but exhausted.
Technically, you weren't chubby.
Yep. All her friends are, but you were. You were. That's why you were not as smart as me.
I love that you want to play younger even in the autobiographical.
This is not my autobiographical, this is meta. This is me using some of my story.
Semi-autobiographical. It's your story, but younger.
You're an idiot.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates as this story continues to develop.